Hey guys, welcome back. So let's see if I can get through this video without any interruptions. I'm actually sitting at this Jamaican restaurant out here in Inglewood waiting on my food, but y'all, I'm so excited, so happy. Like, congratulations, Dr. Mark Johnson. Congratulations for the entire nation. Congratulations for all of us. Like, a win for Dr. Mark Johnson and the FDMG Academy is a win for the entire Black community. So I'm just feeling so elated, so happy, so grateful. It is a major win. I am just, yes. Hi, Mark. So I first found out about it yesterday, and I actually wanted to go live yesterday, but this is what happened. So I was at work when Dr. Mark Johnson made the announcement, and granted, I didn't have any clients. I was waiting on my clients to come in, right? So it was, I'm trying to remember what time it was. It was before my 12 o'clock appointment with my 12 o'clock client. So I think it was like 11:30-ish maybe, around that time, and I was just like, oh, he would want to go live while I'm at work, right? So granted, I didn't have a client though at the time. I was able to watch like part of this video, and I was just like, oh, it just really warmed my heart, you guys. It warmed my heart so much that when he started to go into how like this journey, right, and the struggle that he went through these last, I think he said 4.5 years, right, when he started fundraising for the FDMG Academy, and all the stuff he's been through. He's been attacked. People have questioned his credibility, saying that he's not a doctor, saying that he never went to school, that he's not a doctor of clinical psychology, or he's not a school psychologist. Like, just hearing about his struggle really touched my heart. And when he said, you guys, I actually forgive them, he was like, I forgive the people who drank the Kool-Aid, who turned against me, you know, who betrayed me. I literally, like, my eyes filled with so much water, you guys. Like, it's filled with tears, and I was just, my heart was just so warm. And I was like, oh, that's just so beautiful. Like, forgiveness is such a beautiful thing. That's what I told him. I was like, that's a huge step. For him to hear those words come out of his mouth, that he actually forgives the people who have attacked him, people who are continuing to attack him, it's just like, yes, because I feel like with forgiveness, he can actually move forward, you know, with what he's trying to do. He can move forward with the healing process, you know, because anybody knows anytime a person is working towards something great, they're going to be haters, they're going to be naysayers, not everyone is going to be on board with you, not everyone is going to agree with what you're doing, not everyone is going to agree with the principle, the mission that you are on. You know, his mission is to save Black boys. His mission is to basically reconstruct the minds of young Black boys. We know that it's a lot going on in terms of conditioning with the African American mind, you know, as descendants of slaves, and that's what his specialty area is in. Like, he studies psychology, he studies school psychology and clinical psychology, so it makes sense that he would want to do work in terms of educating young African American boys. And I think it's just, I just feel so good. Like I said, I really wanted this video yesterday, but by the time I had finished seeing my client, I came home, like, I was just kind of exhausted, and I came home actually to finish watching the video. So he did a live video on his Facebook page, and I think on Instagram as well, with the school announcement. I think it's maybe like a 2-hour video, and I was just so hot. Like, I can't, y'all don't know. I feel so great. Oh, it's ready already? Okay. I'll be back, guys. about that, you guys. I actually just got my food. Even though I'm starving, I'm not gonna eat in front of you guys. Well, maybe I'll take a quick bite. It's so good. Got some curry chicken, but y'all. So he made the announcement like on his Facebook page and on Instagram, and then as promised, you know, he posted his videos. He did like a self-made video where he was on the campus grounds of the school, and then he actually posted like a professional video that actually takes us inside the school. So one of the videos was like where he was walking around the school just showing everyone the campus, and then the other video was actually inside, and he was talking about his purpose and his mission that he's on. And I had to go home after I left work, because I only worked for 4 hours yesterday at the counseling center, and I ended up going home. So I had to finish watching, you know, the live video and his other 2 videos. I had to, and y'all, I'm so excited. So, oh, it's so good. I got some ginger juice too. It's beautiful. I'll tell you guys the name of the place when I go and leave. But so I was like, y'all don't understand how important this announcement was. Everybody knows like how big and how important it is, you know, because even the haters recognize it. You know, that's the reason why the haters had to make their little response to his announcement, because this thing is huge. It means a lot for Black America and America altogether. The things that he talked about, I would kind of give you guys a recap, but he shared so much information. I feel like I would do a disservice to try to give you guys a recap, so I would prefer you guys to actually go watch his live video that he made and just see it for yourself. Like, listen to what he's saying that he's going to do. And he also talks about some of the needs that he still has, because it's still in the beginning stages, you guys. Like he said, it's 3 phases to this whole thing. You know, it's the acquisition phase, it's the renovation or restoration phase, and then the operation phase. And so he purchased the building, he purchased the campus, so that was the acquisition phase, and now he's moving into the restoration phase. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done, and he talked about some of the things that he needs for the school, like some of the needs of the school in terms of getting it renovated and getting it up to code so that he can open it. Now granted, he's not going to be able to open the school this fall. It would be beautiful for him to open it this year, but given the things that needs to be done, like he's being realistic about the trajectory in terms of the different stages that the school has to go through before it's ready to be open. And he says that by fall of next year, 2020, is when the school will open, which is, it's still good though. 2020 is a great year. So I'm so excited, because guess what? 2020 is a year that actually started my APA internship, and I'll be finished with all of my curriculum, all of my coursework for my PhD. For you guys who don't know, I am working towards my PhD in clinical psychology, so I'll be done with all of my coursework for my PhD by 2020, actually spring of 2020. Then I start my APA internship, where I'll be working full-time, paid, in the fall of 2020. So I think it's perfect timing, you guys, because I'll be going back to the East Coast around that time. The school will be opening around that time, and I think it would be great if he can get that school accredited. If he can get his school APA accredited, then guess what? I can go there and I can work at his school. I would do it for free, to be honest. I mean, APA internships are paid, but if he can get that school open by fall of 2020 and then also get it accredited, I don't know. I don't know if it has to be in operation for a certain number of years before internship site, a clinical internship site, can be accredited through APA. So I don't know, but that would be awesome for him to look into, because guess what? Us PhD students, we need to get those hours in, you know what I'm saying? We got to get those hours. And they do have to be under supervision of a licensed psychologist. Granted, he's not a licensed psychologist, but he can hire one. He can easily hire one. And they can be my supervisor. And I can work there. But either way, I still would like to do some work at the FDMG Academy. And guys, for you guys who have not seen those videos, I encourage you, after this video, go and watch those videos. You guys have to. This food is so delicious, y'all. See, sorry I'm eating, you guys, but I was actually going to do this video outside. And look, it stopped raining. I was going to do this video outside before I came here at the park, but it was raining. It started drizzling, so I decided to just come get some food first. And I was like, all right, let me go ahead and do this video. But y'all don't understand. I'm so happy. It's like, for a person who's been working hard towards achieving a goal, right? He has this vision that you see it first, and then you sit with the vision for a while, and then you get attacked for your vision. People doubt you. They don't think that you can achieve it, and then voila, boom, you actually reach a next step in your vision to achieving your goal. Like, that is a major thing. I feel so proud for Dr. Mark Johnson. Like, congratulations. Like, I know even he said there was a point where he felt like giving up because people were questioning that, what he was doing with the donations, accusing him of stealing it. So he was like, you know what? I felt like refunding the money to everybody and just saying, like, fuck it. He didn't say those words, but, I had to put it in my words. But that's how he felt. He felt like, like just giving up, right? But he stood in there, y'all. Y'all want some? Open your mouth. It's so good, y'all. I'm so glad he stood in there because I always knew that his vision was going to come to fruition. When I first heard him articulate his vision in the video, and it was a video that he made several years ago, I even talked about this, where he talked about his vision and what the FDMG Academy actually looked like, and to hear that he was so passionate about it, like, you can, like, when he speaks about his vision, you can feel the energy, through the screen, so I know that he was going to open that school. I always knew it. I know that he was very serious and very passionate about it, despite the naysayers. I think, if anything, the naysayers actually propelled him into his vision. And that's why when people say, like, oh, you got to get rid of your naysayers. No, don't get rid of them. Guess what? They help propel you to achieve your mission, to achieve your goal. And that's exactly what happened. They propelled this man. And it's funny because right around the time when he was getting close to making the announcement, all of a sudden people want refunds, right? Which I find to be ironic because I know GoFundMe, they don't give refunds. Like those when a person makes a donation through GoFundMe to a certain campaign, because I raise money through GoFundMe, those donations are final. There's no refund, right? So to see that people were trying to get a refund, it's just like, come on, y'all so bogus. But guess what? You could see like that was really about them trying to stop him from opening the school. It wasn't so much about, oh, they were doubting, oh, he was stealing money. It was about, y'all didn't want to see, the naysayers did not want to see the school open to begin with. And like I had already said, I think a lot of those people who made those attack videos against Dr. Mark Johnson, the naysayers, were funded by some racist white supremacist groups. They have to be, because I mean, black people, come on, y'all. This is for the culture. This is for the nation. This is for black people, our community. How can you not want to see an all-black boys' school open in America? Think about that. Like, are y'all really thinking? Despite y'all may have your own perspective and views about the man, Dr. Lamar Johnson, but you got to put that aside and look at the mission. Look at, I love this bread, y'all. This is so good. What is this called? I don't know what it's called, but it's so good. I always knew that it was going to happen. I'm so happy, man, because granted, the school is already purchased. I feel like that was the biggest step. Finding a location, like, people say, oh, now the real work begins. I mean, yeah, but I think that the hardest part already has been achieved. Finding a location for a business, I know for me, like, even when I host events, that is the hardest part. Once you get the location, like, everything else comes into place, because it's really about hiring contractors to come in and do certain tasks, you know. Now, for him, granted, the school is ongoing and his operation is ongoing. He's going to have to get employees, but he seems to be a very, you know, well-organized man. And he has a lot of connections to the black community, so he can get, I mean, I don't see any issues happening, like, in terms of being able to hire his team, being able to set up a team of people who can take over and take over the operations of the academy, of that school. I don't see an issue with that. People say, oh, black people can't work together. Yes, we can. That's bullshit. We have worked together. We've come together many a times when it comes to marches, when it comes to events. Black people, we come together. So I don't like that narrative that people put out, oh, we're not going to be able to come together. Yes, we come together. We come together. So many black people in America. And then, granted, y'all see the movement. Y'all see what's happening. It's so many Africans coming from Africa to America. That's giving them opportunities. So I don't feel like it's going to be a shortage of people helping out, you know, with the FDMG Academy and with his different organizations that he has. The NIBPA, the National Independent Black Parent Association, the Teen Pan-African Movement. Like, I don't think he's going to have issues because he has so many people at his disposal right now. Like, he has the Black Americans, he has Caribbeans, he has native-born Africans, and they love to help. Like, Native Africans, I think they have a more, not that Black Americans, we don't have a sense of community, but they have a more pure sense of community. Like, ours is kind of like, our mind, our conditioning has been kind of a little bit warped a little bit when it comes to internalized racism, whereas within African people, Native African people, that factor is kind of non-existent. Internalized racism, you know. Yes, they have been colonized by European countries, but they still have black leadership in Africa. So they don't really, that concept that we have of white supremacy, they don't really have that. And the whole issue that we experience of internalized racism, they don't have that. So they come together. I've seen it. And it ain't all about money either. They're willing to volunteer. They give a lot. They're quick to offer services. They're quick to invite you, you know, into their house. Like, they will give you whatever. Like, whatever you need, they will give it to you. And not expect anything in return. You know, that's the key. Like, they are good people at heart. Whereas, you know, Black Americans, we kind of been, you know, we've been conditioned through this American system of capitalism. Whereas, like, everything we do, we got to get paid for it, you know. Whereas Africans, they just trying to get a foot in the door, you know what I'm saying? They trying to get a foot in the door. A lot of them who already have a foot in the door, like have legal status in America, they still are good-natured at heart. You know, so I believe that, yeah, that's what we need. Like, if I could choose the staff at FDMG Academy, that's what we working in. True, I'm talking about true, strong Africans who have a very strong backbone, you know, and who know firsthand African culture. Because black people, we know, we're learning African culture, but we don't know it firsthand. Whereas they were born into it. So who better to teach African culture than Africans? And there's so many of them over here. In many different states. There's a lot of them in California, in LA, they in New York. They definitely in New York heavily. They are in DC. They everywhere, y'all. So he should tap into that. Recruit Africans. I might eat all this food here, y'all. It's so good. But what else I wanted to say? Oh, yeah. About the naysayers. It's like he even mentioned how the naysayers, how they actually spoke out against him. It wasn't so much, oh, they believed that he stole the money or whatever. Like, people was doing that really for views. And because we live in a day and age where people like drama and sensationalism, like he says, that's basically what it was about. People just doing shit for attention, man. They're trying to boost their name. They're trying to get money. They're trying to get views. The people who make those videos about him, it ain't so much, oh, we trying to save the black community. It's bullshit. The school is bought, y'all. So how is you trying to save the black community when the school is bought? First it was, oh, he stole the money. Now it has been shown that he did not steal the money. If he stole the money, how would he be able to purchase the school? He didn't steal no money. So that don't make no sense. He come out, he stole the money. That don't make no sense. What new law you gonna come up with now? But I'm about to go ahead and end this video because I gotta really get into this food. And I can't eat how I want to eat. That just goes to show, evil will not prevail. Goodness will always trump evil. Y'all ain't gonna win this fight. It don't matter how many negative videos y'all go out there putting out against Dr. Umar Johnson and FDMG. It's really not about necessarily against him. It's against the black community. That's what it's about. You're not trying to hide behind him. That's what it is. People claim that they are, they have an issue with him. No, you don't. You have an issue with the black community advancing. He's the one who is pulling the black community forward. He is the one that's really going to bring a real transformation, a real change to black America. So it's not that you hate him. Yeah, you might hate him because of what he's doing, but you really don't want to see this change that is coming. That's what it is. And you're hiding behind, oh, it's Dr. Umar Johnson. That's why you're trying to make the focus all about it's not about Dr. Umar Johnson. It's interesting how they want to sit up here and make it about him when it's not about Dr. Umar Johnson. Because see, that's how they feel that they can get away. That's just like when police kill innocent black people, right? They'll try to make it about they'll try to find something against the innocent person, right? Like, for example, Trayvon Martin. They'll try to say, oh, well, he smoked weed, or like find something that's specific to like his character, right, as a bad representation for who he is. When really, he was not killed because he smoked weed. He was killed because he was black. And because of the internalized beliefs that people have against black people. Let's get to the real nature of the business here. Don't sit up here and try to hide behind false narratives. That's what people are doing. They're hiding behind the false narrative of, oh, Dr. Umar Johnson, you know, he got into an online spat with Tariq Nasheed and Dr. Boyce Watkins, or he said this in the spat, or he had sex with a black woman, a black, you know, who was a dancer. Like, it's not about that. And for the people, like he said, I like the way he put it, the people who drank the juice. But that's what you did. You end up drinking the juice. You got sucked up into that narrative. You believed the bullshit. And then you lost sight of the vision. You in the black community, we complain about, oh, why we don't have these institutions? Why we don't have nothing? Why are we still oppressed? Why this? Why that? But when you have people who are serious about bringing about change, you're not even wise enough to see how the political agenda forms to bring these people down. You get, like, we have to be stronger than that mentally to not get sucked up, to not get caught up. They try to get me caught up in that mess by sitting up here sending out a false email on his behalf saying that he had invited me out on a date, right? So that I can be upset about him when I made a post about it, right? It was unsuccessful. It was unsuccessful. So that's what they try to do. They try to get you caught up with their narrative, their lies, basically. It's propaganda. You have to understand, like, the name of the game. You have to understand the rules of war, the art of war. That's basically what it is. And if you guys are wise enough to see that, then you will realize it ain't about Dr. Umar Johnson. They don't want to see change for Black America. They don't want to see this school open, because that's what the school basically means. It's a symbol for change. He is a tool. That's what he's the tool. He's the mechanism for change through the school. We gotta be wiser than this, y'all. And really stick together against the propaganda. You have to understand how it works. You have a Black person who sees a need that needs to be met for the Black community. In this case, it's about special education. How a lot of Black boys fall through the cracks. That is a major issue in America. And the school to prison pipeline, that is an issue. He saw that issue and wanted to confront and address that issue, to rectify it. Being that he openly talked about it, you know, he talks about it all the time, you have people who don't want that agenda to happen, basically. They don't want him to carry out that plan of interrupting the school to prison pipeline. So then they create this negative agenda about him. They find anything, even if they have to create and provoke a situation, provoke him to engage in this back and forth online, you know, because people will antagonize the situation. There is a such thing, to provoke a person to engage in a certain kind of behavior, right? They will go to whatever lengths that they can, and that's basically what has happened. And so they try to use any of the smallest thing against him. Even if they have to lie, even if they have to go out and counter everything that he's doing. If he try to make one step, right, and makes a call to purchase a school building, and he announces, okay, I'm talking to these people in this particular state, I'm talking to these people in Detroit or in New York. He's putting it out there. It's not that he's secretive about his moves. He's let everybody know his moves. Y'all know, I mean, this man made videos on different school campus sites. So to make a false narrative saying that, oh, he's trying to steal money, and y'all believe that shit? You believed it. Like, shame on you guys. Because this is the issue. Y'all was trying to shame people like myself for believing in the goal, the mission, that he was going to open the school. I never doubted that. But you want to come and shame people like myself, and he bought the school. So shame on you guys for believing in this false narrative that he wasn't going to buy the school, that he was stealing the money. Like, how could you guys really believe that? It made no freaking sense. But to see that he put his business out there every step of the way about the different moves that he was making, and the haters saw that, they will go and try to sabotage that, which a lot of times it worked. You know, try to cancel his lectures, call in these host locations where he was planning to do lectures. They would call and try to, you know, just stir up controversy, spreading lies, saying that, oh, he wants to kill black boys, when this man ain't saying nothing about killing no, excuse me guys, he ain't saying nothing about killing no black boys. He's saying that the resistance and trying to help black people, there's going to be some resistance, and that resistance could lead to violence. So in us trying to protect yourself against that violence, and yes, if a person is trying to kill you and you're trying to protect yourself, sometimes it results in you having to kill that person just to save yourself, protect yourself because of your mission that you are on. That's just like when black people are out in the streets protesting. You're innocent. Protesting is an innocent act. But if you got white people out in the streets with guns and knives trying to attack black people who are out there protesting for Black Lives Matter, then it could result in you might end up having to come face to face with a fucking person that's representing the KKK. You know? AKA these police departments. It's not to say that, oh, you have a plan to go out and kill people. No. That's not even black people's nature, man. I feel like we say, what is the reason why black people, we can't get ahead? Why there's so many issues within the black community, like why can't we advance? It's because we have such a great heart. It's not in our nature to just be going out killing people or to try to exclude other races, right? That's not in our nature. But I'm gonna give it in this video. It's just sad that has happened, but it's also encouraging to see the win over what has happened. To see that Dr. Umar Johnson has stayed strong. People laugh about him taking stock in his ancestors and believing in his ancestors, but guess what? It was his ancestors who got him through this. And he mentioned his mom, how his mom is his best friend. It was his ancestors and his mom that really helped get him through this. They really motivated him to keep going. So I encourage him just to keep doing what he's doing. Keep believing in the ancestors. You know, keep praying. Keep believing in God Almighty. Keep that same resistance, man. And know that you do have an army of people standing behind you. We are all in this thing together. It's about Team Pan-African. It's not about necessarily Dr. Umar Johnson, even though he is the leader in this. It's about the movement. It's about the win for the black community and the black nation across the world. That's what it's about. So we're going to stand strong because we realize it's bigger than him. Dr. Umar Johnson can, I mean, God forbid, but I mean, anything can happen to a human being. And the mission is still going to go on. The fight still continues, you know. So it's not so much about him, but we have to show respect to a man who has the courage to even put his own credentials on the line. You know, because his views, yes, are kind of far left, but we have to be far left. In order for change to happen, you can't go with the grain. You have to go against the grain. So that's the reason why I have much respect for him as the leader of this movement, because he's willing to take a stand against what everybody else is just sitting up here bowing down to because they are afraid of opposition. He's not afraid of that, apparently. I mean, that's what people, I think, despise so much about him. But kudos to him. Kudos to him. Kudos to his supporters. I'm looking forward to He said, I think August this year, he wants to have like a opening day for like the Teen Pan-African movement at the campus. And he did announce the location, so it's going to be in Delaware, you guys. Instead of Delaware, he posted pictures of the campus, the buildings, and all of that. So y'all might even see my face. I don't know, but like he said, you have to you gotta be very careful how you move. I've said this before several times, and he said things are changing now. You know, which it has to be, given that the mission that he's on is so serious. I mean, it's been serious, but the haters make it even more serious. They don't even realize their role that they play. They making it for them. That's why I know the reason why my professor always says the opposite of hate, the opposite of love is hate, is indifference, right? So hate and love are kind of one and the same. When you see these so-called haters, like, that's tremendous love. Think about it, y'all. You have to have tremendous love for a person to be so dedicated to destroying their name, their character, their mission. You have to be. Because you don't understand like your role in propelling the movement forward and advancing what he's set out to do. That's what you're basically doing. You're helping the movement go forward. You're pushing it forward because you're making it a big deal. Every time you make a video against Dr. Umar Johnson, you are magnifying this thing. You're making it big. You're giving it more publicity. Regardless if it's bad publicity, it's still, you are making it a big deal, which is great. It helps the movement. Because guess what? It's going to come a time and point where as much as attention he's getting, whether it don't matter if it's bad publicity or good, it's still attention. It's going to land in the right hands. And when they see it, and it lands on that person's heart, they ain't going to believe that bullshit y'all putting out. Only reason why people follow those negative videos is because they ain't got shit else to do. People like, it's entertainment. So you're just entertaining them. That don't mean that's necessarily buy what you're saying. It's just entertainment, because those same people will go on Dr. Umar Johnson's page and tell him congratulations. So y'all don't understand. Like, they believe, the so-called haters do believe in Dr. Umar Johnson, and they believe in the mission. And you're just making it bigger and better. And it's going to come a day and time when the right person is going to see those videos, and they're going to actually help fund the school. More money, I see it happening. More money is coming to the FDMG Academy. I'm talking about big money. Because he did kind of name some of the donations that were made, whether it was $50 or if it was $5 or $100 or $500. But I'm talking about, it's going to be some big donations in the millions coming to the FDMG Academy. Oh my gosh, it's just great, y'all. I know. I hope that he realizes this. I hope that he sees this happening. I believe he does. Like, I hope he can see that there's no way to go but up from here. He ain't gonna, yes, he's gonna may experience some struggle, but I feel like he's experienced the worst of the worst. It don't get no worse than having to be in whatever degree cold weather he was in January. Was that 2018, where he had to defend his credentials. It don't get no worse than that. I mean, people say jail, but I even say, hey, you go to jail, I would be the one to try to bail him out. Like, we're going to bail him. I don't see that happening, because he is a law-abiding citizen, so that is not happening. Even still, with struggles like that, even when people go to jail, like, people don't understand, you're only helping the cause. You're only helping it. This man gonna get all kinds of support from people, because he's gonna become this mainstream person. I mean, One can say that he, you know, he's mainstream already or whatever, but I'm talking about bigger than what he is. Bigger than what he is now. Because the more people talk, you don't understand, the more you talk, whether it's positive or negative, you're only helping the cause. So, Dr. Umar Johnson, money coming your way. You're going to have support coming your way. It's beautiful that you purchased the school. The renovations are coming. It's only a matter of time before that school opens. And then guess what? After people attack you and they name call you and they put you down, they're going to be worshiping you, man. They're going to be bowing down. They're already doing it. They're just doing it in their language. They're already worshiping you. So we have to look at it like that. The opposite of love is not hate. It's indifference. These people love you. The haters love you so much. They don't even know how to express it. So it comes off as hate. It comes off as negativity. But they love you more than the people who you know love you. You know, like these people care so much. They care so much about what's happening, man. Just know that. Money coming your way, success coming your way. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. You don't have no worries. Only thing you gotta do is stay the course, stay focused, stay grounded. Like I said, you already been tested. You know, yes, you may have made some mistakes, but overall, you passed the test. You passed the test. You achieved the mission of buying this school. You passed, man. It's evident that you passed. Like, you winning. You are winning. It's a win for everybody. We are winning. But kudos to you, Dr. Umar Johnson. Keep going. Godspeed ahead. Great things are to come. We all need to continue to support Dr. Umar Johnson. And like I say, I need to end this video. But I'm going to catch you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.